Dylan, just you've done this a few times now, just what's the PEP camp do for you?
Well, every year I come back. This is my third year coming to Toronto and training with NHL players, and I feel like my game's elevated every time I've come back to this camp, and I really believe in it, and love how it forces you to think and skate at the same time, and you're moving. It's a good cardio workout. It's one of my favorite things I do in the summer. So every year I come back, I feel like it makes me a better hockey player.
In general, from one year to the next, going into this season, how are you feeling different than last year?
I feel pretty good, I guess. I think last year was a big stepping year for me. I took a big step in my game, my 200-foot game, and I think I got a lot of confidence after that season, and I need to take another step and become even better in my own zone and score more or contribute in different ways offensively. So just looking into all ways to do that this summer, and I'm excited to get back at it.
What have been your impressions of Steve Yzerman since he came over to Detroit again?
Well, I think he's done a lot quietly. I think with the time he came in, it's a busy time with the draft and free agency, and I think we haven't had much conversation, but in the conversations we had, it seems like he's looking to make it a better environment, a more positive environment in our locker room, and I think that's what we need.
I was just down at the summer showcase. Joe Felina looks like he's going to play a big role for Canada. Just wondering what you've heard about him, and what have been your impressions of him when you've spoken or seen him?
Yeah, he's down in Detroit right now working out with our workout group, and he's a big kid, and he can play the game, and he's a smart player. I got the chance to go and watch him play against the Americans, and he moves pucks, he plays the right way, wins faceoffs, and he can skate. He's got his head up and makes plays, so he's going to be a key player for us, and I think he's one of those players you're going to look back, and we picked him at 30, and it could be a steal, and that's what we're hoping.
A lot of the talk in Detroit also revolves around you and the potential of the captaincy. Just if that opportunity were to arise, how you're still relatively young in your career, how ready would you feel for that?
Well, I feel ready for it. I think it's something that I can't focus on. I can't lose sleep about. I can't control it. I just try and be myself and play the game that I love and play with a lot of passion. And everyone in the NHL has been a leader at some point in their careers, and I'm lucky that we have great veteran leadership, and it's taken a lot of pressure off me. But a letter's a letter, but being a captain of a franchise like the Detroit Red Wings would mean a lot to me, and it's something. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, I still get to play for the Detroit Red Wings, and I get to play in the NHL, and I'm going to try and play my best.
What did you learn or stood out to you from what Henrik did as he kind of, was the leader and the captain of the team?
Yeah, he absolutely was the captain of the team. He was the best captain I've ever played for in my young career, but you see a lot of guys that played in other places, and they've played for pretty good captains. They speak very highly of what kind of leader he was, and I think just his extra gear that he had. He always found a way to push harder, and when the team seemed to have nothing, he had that extra oomph, and he found a way to get it done. So he was always reliable. He always did the right things in the locker room. He always showed up to the rink, worked as hard as he could, and set a good example for the young guys. So I think someone that I still to this day am in contact with, and I still text him if I ever stumble upon things or have problems. So he's been one of the greatest mentors I've ever had.